Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here as we count down to the finish of UFC 192. Cormier and Gustafsson goes all the way to the finish. What a great fight this was. Honestly, you got to give it up to Cormier. He fought one hell of a fight here, coming out of the gate right at the beginning with a huge takedown. And, he kept Gustafsson down on the mat for at least the 3 minutes of the fight, showing his great wrestling skills. He was inside of Gustafsson's guard, but was able to land. I believe they said that the number was 50 punches in the first round. Gustafsson, after the first round, had a cut over his right eye. These guys would swing on each other from the second this fight started all the way until the end. And, all the way until the end, these guys were trying to take each other down. They were trying to kick each other. They were trying to punch each other. This was a great fight. Honestly, in my mind, before they read the decision right here, I'm going to say that this is Cormier's fight. I'm saying that he didn't fight a fight that in order, for him to lose the championship via decision. I think that honestly, when you look over this fight, the things you're going to think about is the punches that Cormier landed throughout this fight, whether if they were from a distance, whether from close. Every time these guys were close to each other, Cormier was landing blows to his face. And, the way that Gustafsson's face looks once this fight was over, his face honestly looks like it's a whole human bruise. His skin complexion is the color of almost a raisin would be. He has a cut across his nose. He has a cut above his right eye. His whole eye to cheek is just a purple. You can tell that this guy just got beat up and taken to the cleaners here. He still fought a great fight, but it just probably not going to be enough in order to beat Cormier, especially via decision. They're not going to want to take this away. But Gustafsson, even though he lost his last fight to Anthony Johnson, he lost his fight, and Cormier just got announced the winner. He lost his fight against John Jones. This is a guy that's still going to be a big part of the lightweight division. Honestly, in my mind, you got to be thinking that Cormier, if it's not going to be going up against John Jones, he's going to be having that next fight coming up against the winner of the semi-main event, Ryan Bader, a former The Ultimate Fighter champion. But this fight probably is not going to be remembered as one of the greatest fights of the year. But this was a very good, very entertaining fight. Gustafsson had his chances throughout the night. He was the guy that I picked. And I believe the second round or the third round, once the round was ending, Gustafsson landed a huge knee against the cage. And, it took Cormier down to the ground. And I thought that, honestly, Herb Dean was going to stand in and basically call the fight over. But Cormier was able to fight to his feet and show that he was still in the fight. And moments later, he was, regaining himself, and he was right back into the thick of it. This was a really, really good fight. The thing that I didn't like about Gustafsson is, honestly, the way that he honestly was running away. And when I mean running away, I mean running away. I mean, like, in the fifth and final round of this fight, you could tell that he was running. Like, he would just turn his back to Cormier and flat out run to the next section of the octagon to try and square up in the middle of the ring. A few of those times, Cormier was able to land blows to the back of his head and able to bring the fight to Gustafsson instead of Gustafsson running away the fight from Cormier. But honestly, a really good fight from UFC 192. Cormier still keeps the championship, still keeps the title, lives on to fight another day, and we'll see what goes from there. Upcoming with the UFC, we have the Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor fight, as well as the Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey fight coming up. So those are two big ones to mark on the calendar. So you got some big fights coming up in UFC.